Hey, it's Jeremy here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create this one-page real estate, and thanks Editor X for sponsoring this video. Now, this is what I've created in Illustrator. You can see I just came up with a quick design. I wanted to have a transparent nav bar, just have the logo, and also have like this, four grid of the different, categories that this agency serves, and I want to make it like have it hover where it pops out. So that's what I'm going to do here. Got like a little search bar. We've got sort of a repeated grid here as well, just very basic and simple. And then got the footer and just some text as well. So we're going to create this in Editor X. So I'm going to jump into Editor X. I'm in a plain canvas here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click the plus button. Now I want to go and start to create a layout. So I'm going to go to grids. And you can see we've got a 4 grid here. So I'm going to just drag and drop that into here. And I'm going to click the little stretch button. That's going to expand it to the whole size of the actual canvas here. I'm actually on the desktop view, as you can see here as well. So if we click on these different views, you can see what we are. So on around 1800 pixels. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the nav bar. Now I'm going to go to the inspector and click on the design button. And you can see the background is actually on 0%. So we've actually turned that off. Obviously, I can make it black, but we want to make it fully transparent. Now, for the logo, I'm going to go ahead and change that. And I'm going to upload the files that I have from here. So I've got an icon here. And this is the media manager. It makes it really easy to just drop photos into here. So I'm going to go ahead and add the SVG white here. So you can see it's currently in there. And I just need to go ahead and I need to make the background, make it go transparent over this grid here. So first up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add an image. I can also add like a container. So I'm going to drag and drop a container in here and stretch that out. So in our layers panel, we can see we've got the grid and then we've got another container inside here. Now within this, I'm going to add the image. So I'm going to drag and drop that in here, scale that. And then what I'm going to do is add our photo. So I'm going to click this, double click. Beautiful. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a heading here as well. Add it in the middle. And then I'll go back to our design here. So we've got residential. So I'm just going to go ahead and use work sans. Work sans works fine as well. Work sans bold. And what I can actually do, because I've actually changed it, so if I go back, I go work sans bold, I can click on the heading, I can click update theme. And what this is going to allow me to do is allow me to set the header for this and click apply. And it should change it. So heading 2, work sans 28, apply. And for this one as well, I'm going to change the work sans. And it's going to save it as our main font here. I can leave that one. And then for the paragraph one, let's see the paragraph. They got work sans normal. We'll drop it to 17 pixels. Beautiful. Excellent. So we can see we've got our font there. Now for the image, I can, drop the opacity. I can also, add a background to that. I can also add a shadow. But what I do want to do is I sort of want to drop the opacity a bit. So I made the background 100%, and then I'm dropping the image opacity now, and I'm darkening it. So maybe we'll go like 70%, which is looking really cool. I'm also gonna go to the layout, and I'll actually want to make this a bit longer. So I'll go to the container that we have here. I'll go to the section. And what I'm going to do is drag it a bit higher into this section. There you go. Boom. Excellent. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the text here. And I actually want to make it white. Beautiful. There we go. Awesome. So we're in business. We're starting to look like this. I think the font is just a tad too bold. So let's see. We can probably do the normal work sans, or yeah, that one. I think that one works well. Excellent. So now what I can do is actually select this container, and then I should be able to copy this and paste it. Beautiful. So it does work. And we'll do it again. So I'm dragging it into here. It's attaching into the grid. So it just saves me so much time. And like that. And then basically all I have to do is just go ahead and like change the text and the images. Now I grabbed all these images off Unsplash. If you're wondering where I actually got them from. And they're all free and high quality. Beautiful. Excellent. So now we've got this. So we've also got the header here. I don't want a menu, so I'm going to delete that menu. And I just need to make sure that this is going to be transparent. So I've got the background at 0%. You can see if I put it up, that's what it's going to look like. But what I need to do is I need to move this and actually detach from the masters. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach from masters. So what I'm going to do is actually delete the top section here. So now we've got just this section with the grid up the top. And what I'm going to do is actually drag and drop this shape. So I'm going to drop a shape here. And this is going to be our logo. So I'm going to go to my files and then we can drop the SVG. So I want to find the white SVG. And SVG means it can scale up really well. So I've got the logo here. And I'm just going to scale that up like that. Beautiful. And now what I can actually do is, I can add a link to this. So if it adds a link, I can always send it like to the home page. Alrighty, so now that, let's preview that. And now if I go, you can see if I click on the logo, it basically has a clickability to go back onto the same page. So I'm going to edit that. Don't want to publish yet. Okay, cool. I can also add some hover stuff in a bit. Cool. So what I want to do now is I want to add a hover state. So I'm going to click on one of these containers here in our layers panel. And I'm going to click the little add hover interaction. Now what I want to do is I want it to grow. The duration can be 0.5 seconds. And I'm going to do easing in and out. Okay, now if I press play, you can see that what it does now. Boom, that's pretty cool. Awesome. Now I'm going to go back to that container. You can also add a custom interaction, so you can have a hover. We can also set the initial state, etc. Now I basically want to add that same interaction on all of them. So grow, that can be 0.5. That one as well, great. Select the other container, add hover interaction. And I'm sure in the future when they update, you'll be able to save different interactions as well. Beautiful, there we go. And then the last container as well. Set it to grow 0.5, ease in and out, and click play. Oh, I think that's a bit too slow. We set it to 5 seconds by accident. Okay, 0.5, there we go. Beautiful, so now we preview, and now when I put my mouse over all these, it's going to have that hover state. So cool, we've got our main header just like that. Now we're going to add another section. This will be a blank section for now. And we can see we've got some colors. So I need to transfer these colors into, so I'm going to click on my libraries, go to my colors, and the action color. I'm going to go to here. I'm going to open my tab here and just double click and to get the hex code. So if you're in, Figma or XD, whatever you're using, you can do that. I'm going to click apply. We should have our color there. And then we're going to change the black to this like charcoaly bluey color. So change this to that. And then also we've got this like gray toned down blue color. So there we go. So we've got that blue, the black, and that blue there. Now, I'm going to select the section, right? click the design, and then for this we're going to make it that color we set before. And we just left click on the color and it should bring the opacity up. Excellent. Great. So now what I want to do, I want to get like sort of this search bar going. So I'm just going to grab a button, drop that in first. Then I'm also going to go to quick add, and we can add, you know, a rectangle. I'm going to turn the opacity off, but we're going to apply a border. Now that border is going to be that bluish color. I don't know why it's a star. We're going to go rectangle. Okay, beautiful. So we've got this going. And for the button here as well, go to my layers, the button here. We're going to change the text and we're going to say search now. Beautiful. The text, you want it to be like this paragraph text. Beautiful. And I just want to make sure that it's centered. There we go. And then this button, just want to move it. Like that. Now I can press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and it should duplicate this rectangle. I'm going to scale it down. So we can get sort of this design here. I'm going to turn the border off. So I'll go to the inspector, turn that off. And then for this one, I'm just going to select this grayish color. I think that will work. And then I'm going to copy this text here. So this one, I'm going to get the paragraph text, but for this we'll make it white. There we go. And then we got this text here as well. So I'll just copy that text. And then I'll just make this smaller. There we go. Now for this button, I just need to change the color to our blue color. And then bring it across. And then just scale this rectangle down so it's like snapping into place. Cool. So we can see that's happening. Now I do want to create, I'm going to place in container, as you can see there. Okay, sweet. And then we're going to group those things. Cool. So we've got our search bar there. Now we're going to, we can scale the section up. There we go. So for this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop a title here. All right. We can keep that on heading 2. Now I just want to select that. From locations. And then for this one, we're going to use the repeater. So I'm going to go to layout tools, click on repeater. And we can make a custom one, or we can sort of use the predetermined ones. For example, we've got this one here, so I can drag and drop that in here. All right, so I'm gonna bring this up. I'm gonna grab the repeater and click on this one and then drag and drop it just like that. So with the repeater, you can actually create a responsive card system where it basically will just duplicate all of that. So I'm gonna click on the repeater. It's good to have your layers open. And we can change the size if we need to. So I'll go 90%. Now for this, we need to make it taller. So click on the item of the cards. Now we'll go like 450 pixels. I think that's fine. But we just need to make it a bit more skinnier. I think that's... I'm just going to bring that into the center like so. Easy. Now what I'm going to do is add an image. Drag and drop this into here. I'm going to go to my inspector and I want to do 50%. Oh, sorry, 100% of the container. So the width, we changed the width and we're just going to put it at the top there. So we've got like this space. I'm going to change the background to white on the bottom half. Then I'm just going to drag and drop some text. So I've got that. And then I'm going to also drop a shape as well to put our home icon. So I'm just going to change to that home icon we have. So we can see we've got this home icon. I'm going to bring it over here. Now I'm going to change this. Now I don't want, the heading 2 is a bit big, so I'll just change it to the paragraph, but I might make it a bit bigger. There we go. So I'm gonna put Melbourne here and then Brisbane, beautiful. And then we're just gonna duplicate our button and attach it. You'll see, you can see, it'll say attach and it should add it automatically just like that. And then all we're going to do now is just change these images to the specific ones we want. So I've got Sydney here. We've got Melbourne and then Brisbane. And these images are all taken from Unsplash like usual. The shape should be changed as well. I'm just going to quickly do that. Awesome. So the size, if I just want to make a change to all of them, I just go to the first one and change that. I think it's a bit too high, the spacing. Bring the button up a bit. And I think the icon's too big, so make it smaller. And bring that to the left there. Obviously we can have some other little details, but I just kept it really simple for that. Awesome. Okay, beautiful. So we're going to make a new section. Now this last one just has some text, really basic. I'm just going to change that. Bring that up. Title. And then drag paragraph as well. I'm going to click edit text. Change the color on the color picker to white. Now it just talks a little bit about the company. I'm going to center that text just like that and then copy this text. So it should be using work sans. Excellent. I think that's looking pretty good. This header, yeah, make it like a small one. Okay, excellent. Now all we're gonna do is just do the footer. So I can go to the plus on the elements here. Now we're gonna go to not menu, compositions, and I'm gonna go down to footers, And we can gonna keep it really basic here. So you can drag any of these footers here and drag it to the bottom. But for this one, I'm just gonna do it myself. So add a new section. Once again, change the color, make it 100%. And then I'm going to add some text. We're gonna add the logo, and then we're gonna add paragraph. I'm just gonna copy all of this like this, and the line spacing is too small, so I'm gonna turn off automatic and I'm gonna bring it up. So we don't want to go too much. We'll go 1.9. I think that works. Yeah, that works really well. And the font, I think, go work sans. Excellent. And then the logo as well. I'm gonna change it to the white one. And so now this last section, you know, this footer at the bottom, I can delete that. And this section, I'm gonna call it footer. And I can actually right click and set as master. And what I can actually do is set this as a footer. So now on all my new pages, it's gonna have this footer, right? So for example, if I go to my pages, make a new page, you know, call it about, as you can see. So now what I can do is click on the third icon from the left, and I'm in my site masters. And now what I can do is go down to the bottom, and I can click the three dots, and I can set as default, because right now on the new page it's showing this old one. So I can set as default, and I can click show on page, and there we go. It should add it to the pages like that. And then we can delete the old one. And we'll have a green border around it saying it's a footer. That means it's a master. And it just saves time when we're creating other pages. So overall, let's preview it. So we've got our, you know, header hero image here with the hover. We've got some items here. The button, I didn't have a hover yet. And we've just got all that really simple, basic website. Now for the button, I'll add a quick hover state to it. So all I have to do is go to design, click on hover next to the regular menu, and then I can just make it like a darker blue, or so I can make it lighter or like darker. So now if I click preview, it should have that effect. And that's how you create amazing websites with Editor X. To try it out for free, go to editorx.com. I'll put the link in the description and you can give it a crack. If you want to see more videos like this, I'll put a link on the screen for you to check out.